Well, looking at the sevenfold constitution of man, the seven principles of man, one of the things that I have come across in a number of traditions is a tendency to negate the importance of the lower principles in man, what we refer to as the lower quaternary, the principles in man which are discarded at the end of physical life. And by that I mean the physical body, the life energy, the desire principle, and the lower mind, the power of practical thought. Now, it may be it's a very spiritually developed person can live a life in which the lower principles are totally under the control of the inner man, the higher self, the higher principles, the Atmic Buddhic principle, combined with the higher mind, the reincarnating portion of man, the immortal part of man. But for most of us, the reality is that we are given, well, basically given a physical body and our other lower principles in order to live a physical life. And the immortal self acquires these for each life in order for us to engage the world and gain experience. And in that sense, these lower principles are incredibly important. I mean, okay, with the physical body, if you don't look after your physical body, well, I think that impairs a lot of things. There's nothing. I don't think spiritual progress will be gained by enjoying ill health and itself and being out of shape. No, the physical body. You're given a physical body to lead physical life, and yes, you need the life experience. You have to engage life. The prana, life energy, certainly. Many systems, therefore, sort of the working on blockages in the etheric body, forms of healing. That the desire principle. Now, without the desire principle, you couldn't live a normal physical life. You need that element of motivation. Desire is creative. It's when it's out of control, when it rules your life, that it becomes a problem. As in the case possibly with the physical body, if you have a narcissistic obsession with your body, then that would cause problems, certainly in terms of spiritual development. The lower mind principle, practical thought, again, essential for engaging the world. You have to engage the world to gain experience. And there's no real substitute for that. Possibly, you can only know this yourself, having reached a level of spiritual development, you can possibly engage the world a lot less and on your own terms. But for most of us, yeah, we need to engage the world, and we need to learn something from this. Life is a learning process, and the cycle of death and rebirth is a continuous learning process. So the idea of negating the importance of the lower principles, I think, is an error. And although you need to probably eradicate certainly selfishness and bring the lower principles under the supervision of, let's call it the will, then that's the best word for it, the will of the higher principles, is essential. But that still means that you do have to engage the world. So there we are, your lower principles, they're worth something. They're worth considering, they're worth looking after.